Hello and welcome. Today we have something special. I will show you how to easily beat the full puzzle cave. So this means the left side and the right side. And I can guarantee you there is not a single video out there which will be so easy to follow with detailed landmarks and all the good stuff. So for this I am going to use a pyramid, but you do not even need a pyramid, and I will show you this. So if you take a look in our inventory, we also will bring a tech chest piece. Again, you do not need it and I am not even going to use it, but I'm just going to give you the options. And this is very important, the Archoteryx. This will make us skip the puzzle and all the other items will make sense, right? First I will show you how to easily find this cave. So if we go on a given, and I will show you the map in just a moment. So for easy landmark, you have this massive wall in the desert, and then you have this structure. And for the location on the map, we are at just about at roughly 52 lat, 78 longitude. And you will not believe how fast we do this cave, right? So again, I highly recommend that you watch the full video, even if you already seen some parts, because I will make this very easy. So once you are in this area, take a right. So the word that we need to do is Drakar, but there's still some very important things that you need to know, so be sure to stick around. So once you are down, take a left and take another left. So this is how it starts with the D. It always starts with the D, right? Then go up and hug the wall to the right side. Then once you are up, take another right and take a left at the end. So this is the R. And while you're doing this, it is very important that you go up and go down, because some buttons, you can basically find all the buttons, you know, on the bottom and on the top, but you really want to, you need to cycle them, if that makes sense. So now we need to look for the A. And now we need a K, right? But you cannot use this one. So hug the wall to the left and go up. Once you are here, you see this K. And now we return. So go back down. Take a left. And then you see this K. Now simply go left again and go up. Then once you are in the open area, you see the A on the left side. Now we need to return. And now we need to find a secret button. What you want to look for is, well, first take a left, is the U. So on the wall you will find a U. So this is not it. So this is the A, hug the wall to the right side. And then you see this U, right? And this button is hidden. You might need to destroy the crates for this to open up. So as you can see, you can hear it, right? A wall is opening, then you have this R. Press the button, and this is it. Now we need to work your way back up. So hug the wall to the left, and then this will open up, right? So this is the first part. This will open up the next part, so you will fall into water, nothing to worry about. And the next part is very important that you do it properly, because if you mess this up, it will instant kill you. But I will show you a trick on how you can easily avoid that, and I will explain everything to make this much more easy. So for this I recommend that you use a focal chili. It is not needed, but it will make the next part more easy. So if you have it, use it. Now, once this opens up, go prone. You could consider crouching. Many people say crouching is fine, but I highly recommend that you prone, because if it doesn't work out, you will die. So on the left side you will have a button, so press it. And the way this works, by the way, and I will explain this in just a moment. So right now you want to focus for the red carpet. As you can see right now, there's another button. So the way this part works is, if you pay attention to these rocks, right? You want to lay on the floor as low as possible. If you jump or walk over a rock, it will elevate your position. Once that happens, you will die. So the idea is that you just want to go over the floor, you know, as much over the floor as possible, so do not go over any rocks like that. So right now go back over the carpet and walk towards the hand. Once you are here, there's another button, so be careful, and return. There's also a time limit here. This is why we use the focal chili. This allows us to crouch faster and run faster, so this will give you an advantage for this part of the cave, right? Because there's still plenty of time left. So, by the way, we're going to do the first, you know, the right side first. After that, we're going to do the left side. If you want to see the left side, I will have timestamps in the pinned comment. But I highly recommend that you watch everything, because I can guarantee you that you will learn something new. So, for this part, press this button. And there's also a puzzle here. This puzzle is not even that important. You can choose to jump. And if you fall down, it basically is not a big deal, but I like the challenge, you might as well give it a go. If you fall down, there are just piranhas here, so basically this is just some sort of a practice, right? But as you can see, there's even a cup over there, that's hilarious. Usually that doesn't happen in this location. Oh, and this is why we bring the shotgun and the melee weapon. Right, so for this part, there are puzzles. And when you see these caprals, I highly recommend that you shoot them beforehand. Because if you fall down, that you are safe, right? If all the capras are dead, there's no big deal. I can hear another one. So this is why you bring a ranged weapon. It can be any weapon, it does not have to be a pump shotgun. Okay, we will continue for now. And worst case, if it happens, this is why we bring a melee weapon. If they grab you, just kill them and return back here. You know, you can swim back, there's no big deal. But we can actually hear another one. There we go. Okay, we're gonna continue with the puzzle now. So you want to be careful of these steps, right? It's not that hard, you can just time it like this. Same thing here. Alright. So for some reason I'm really bad at this part. But there's actually a trick, so you can jump under here. But you can also jump here. Because for some reason this doesn't really work for me. So if it's the same for you, I highly recommend that you try it like this. So there we go. For some reason this works better for me, so yeah. But you can try it here as well. Worst case you can return, right? Okay, let's continue. Okay, we need to wait for the trap. Okay, same thing here. If you have not attacked the caprals and you want to collect this drop, kill them first, right? Because they will grab you if you try to get this drop. Quite important. And as you can see, some very high quality loot, at least riot wise. Okay, can actually hear another one. This might have been a bad idea, but okay, we're good. Okay, I think, yeah, we're good. Alright, very nice. Okay, then there's a button here. So just press the two buttons. Very straightforward. So basically now you want to hug the wall to the left. Because there are steps in the middle, so hug the wall to the left. And you will be fine. So basically you have to think that you're Indiana Jones, and of course if you go straight for the drop, that is a bad idea, right? Now, you want to crouch and take it slow, because if you go too far there will be another trap. Take it slow, there you go. Ah wow, this is insane. Of course on officials this will be 298. But I have nothing boosted, right? So these drops are insane quality. Forgot to press the buttons. In this cave you also have a lot of invisible walls, which is weird. Okay, now you have to be quite careful with this room. For some reason how do you say it? There's a lot of pressure plates here. So you got one here, 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 and here. You know, you see these ledges, right? So from this point, you simply want to jump on top of this, and then you have a lot of buttons. So you see more buttons to the left. But the weird thing is, this is completely random. But let's see if it works the first time. So you have 4 buttons. We need to do this careful as well. So another one here. You see this pressure plate? Not a good idea. I think we actually have to go back. Yeah, hug the wall to the left. Then go for the red again. You see this? Press the button. Press the button again. So yeah, it did not open anything. This is random, but for some reason, so every single time it will be different, right? But if you do it 2 times, you're fine. So that is what we're going to do. So left button again. This button. So we have to do it 2 more times. So you really want to take your time, because any mistake is a deadly one, so there's no need to rush this. As you can see, it's opening a door right now. Very nice. Now that we are here, it gets very interesting. So this is another puzzle. You want to take the door on the right side, so press the button. Then you want to continue and open the door right over here. Then you will have a button, you want to choose the middle button. Then turn around. This door will open. Then choose the button on the left side. So this can be quite confusing, right? But I will make it as easy to follow as possible. So now we are at the part where you have like a where you have to do it really fast, right? So this is located on the map right now. Once you are in this room, this is where the new puzzle starts. This is time sensitive, so you might fail this. So to make this a bit more easy, what you need to do is place a relic point. So if you place a relic point here, and let's say that you fail the puzzle, you know exactly how you can go back to this location. So this will make it more convenient. And you could also place a waypoint. Okay, so since this cave can be quite dark, I highly recommend that you type in this code, Gamma3. This will work on any server, by the way, because some parts are so dark you get lost too easy otherwise. Okay, after we gamma up, we reset our soup, so let's get started again. Press this button, let's go first person, so run all the way through, press the button on the right side, there we go, return back, take a left and just keep running past the light, hook the wall to the right side until you are at the open area, go for the middle torch and keep running. Now when you see this room, press the button on the left side, so past then the second button on the right side. Now you want to hook the wall to the left side and keep running until you are here. Open this one. Now go for the skeleton button. Now for the middle button. So this one. Okay, run towards here. Then you're gonna do the second button on the right, so this one. Turn around. This button, then crouch and press the middle button. Now you need to make a run for it. So run all the way through. And here we go, we made it, yes. That's it. If you're struggling, I highly recommend that you watch this a couple times, you know, to memorize the route. This is by far the most clear one out of all the videos, so I hope you enjoy this. Also, if you can do me a massive favor, hit that like button and subscribe, because there are much more videos coming with every map. Okay, now that you did this extremely difficult puzzle, you want to work your way down here. And be careful that you do not take any fall damage. If you take it slow, we can just do it like this. So of course we have a pyromane with this, but you can do this perfectly fine without a pyromane. We have not even used it yet, right? Same with the boss, I'm pretty sure you can do it without it. So once you make your way down here, you will get into the sacrifice room. So work your way down here. So in here you have to sacrifice a tame, or you can even sacrifice a tribe mate. In this example, this is why we brought a dodo. But you can also use a shoulder pad. So if you really want to, if you play on PvP, right, you cannot use any tames. You can just use your pyromane for this. So with some luck it should fall inside or not. But what you can do to make this more easy, because sometimes it's weird, just use a whip and whip it inside, just like that. And as you can see, this will open a door. Go inside. Okay, now we have to run a little bit. Stick to the left side, but be careful, you have to do a jump here. And then there's a button right over here. Okay, this will open a door on the floor, as you can see right now. So you want to be careful with these spikes as well, right? If you have some half decent armor, it doesn't matter too much, but you might as well be careful. Take a jump. Another jump. So there are a bunch of pressure plates here. You want to be careful that you do not step on them. And at this point there probably are some aggressive dinos here. But in my world there's nothing. I think this is because I did not step on any pressure plates. But if in your world there are aggressive dinos here, I mean, you can easily kill them with a weapon or your pyromane. They're all low levels basically. So we do not need to waste time on that. Okay, once you see this room, you need to return for a button behind a bush. So you see it right here. This will open up the door towards the boss. Okay, at this point you want to throw out your, transform your pyromane. Come on, make it large. In all honesty, you do not need a pyromane, but if you have it, why not, right? Or you can throw out a stronger tame, you know, on, what's it called? On PV. So now you'll have to fight a boss. So now we wait. So you can see this bear right here, right? It will start at level 50. Let's turn around. And each time they get stronger. So they start kind of low level. Alright. And you have to kill them a couple times. So this part is notorious for being very glitchy. All I can say is I hope it will not glitch in your world, you know, because it's ARK, of course. You never know what's gonna happen. The only thing you can do is, you know, kill the boss and hopefully you get the artifact. And we are using nothing special, by the way. 6k healed with 400 melee, so you can do this with a very basic pyromane, huh? So let's have a look, right? So in these barriers there will be artifacts spawning. So you basically have to kill the bosses a couple times and this wall will open. So now it's 150. And again, if you do not have a pyromane, you can just do this on foot with a pump shotgun. But of course you will need some really good gear, right? So for example, you could use a tech chest piece and the shotgun and just hover in the air. This is why I brought it. But I'm not gonna use it now. I think you get the idea, right? So you just fly in the air and shoot the boss from there, if that makes sense.
5 minutes later.
Okay, is it open? I think it is. So after level 250, with both of them, you see this opening up. So these are the artifacts. So the boss fight is over now. Now you still need to know where to find the exit, right? And this is just the first part. I will also show you the other part, you know, of the artifacts. So now if we take a look in our inventory, we have 3 artifacts. You still need the Skylord, right? This is the left side of the map. And you still need to find the exit. I will quickly show you this. Brought there, by the way, there's also a red crate here, so we quickly are going to collect this. So as you can see, so there's also a drop there. In this example, I'm gonna do this with a tech chest piece, quickly getting it. Of course, you can just do this with your pyromane as well, with the flame leap. There we go, this is the easy way to get it, and as you can see, the loot quality is very high. Now I will show you how to find the exit, so be careful for the fall damage. Okay, now that you jump down and you're on this location, you simply want to take a right. And I will speed this up just a little bit, well, in a moment, right? So follow the water until you see some sort of a sewer location. It is very noticeable, again, location on the map right now. And now you simply want to follow the path down towards the exit. You just need to swim all the way to the exit. It is very straightforward. If you go a little bit further, there will be a part where you need to jump. You know, there's a bunch of ladders, things like that. But it is very straightforward. You cannot make mistakes, really. You know, there's no... how do you say it? You cannot get really lost, if that makes sense. So let's continue a little bit further. And as you can see, it will open up to a staircase. Now I recommend that you take it a bit slower. So you have to make a couple jumps. Get some stamina. Then another jump. Hold on. Ooh. Well, if this happens, just redo it, you know, no big deal. I tried to rush it. Come on. Alright, at this point it is extremely straightforward. It basically is a straight way all the way to the exit. And now we basically are inside the desert again, basically where we started. So the entrance of the cave is very close to this position. So we are now at 5280. And now we will do the left side of the cave. And now we're going for the left side. So there's a tab here, right? So go a little bit towards the right of it. And this is why Focal Chili is the goat. You will crouch faster, so it's unlikely that you are too slow. Look how much time we still got left. Very nice. So this is the left side. If you want to see the right side, I will have timestamps in the comments. For this part, you need to equip your scuba. This will be very important. So let's do this real quick. So jump down. And you want to go towards the statues. This means we are going the right way. So you just see the statues right here. And take a right. Then swim all the way through. So this is a big open area. Right? And then there should be a hole in the wall right here. You see this? You want to swim all the way through this. And the visibility is very poor here. So just swim up and go up. Alright, now, and this is located on the map right now. Okay, now we will go to the second puzzle, and this part can be quite confusing, but I will show you a trick on how you can do this easy. So starting off, I highly recommend that you type in this code, Gamma3. This will work on any server. It is not needed, but this will give you more, you know, visibility, because it is quite dark in here and it might be hard to see the buttons. So there will be 2 doors automatically open, and then there will be 6 rooms inside. I will have something on the map right now, so it makes sense later. So once you are here, press 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go to the left, the first left room first. Then press this button on the left side and return. Then go to the second left room. And on the end, press the left button at the end. So this one, go back and there might be some creatures spawning. Then press the 2 buttons on the left side right here. Now run inside here and press the end right button and return. This will open up the second layer. Very nice. Now you want to press all 4 buttons again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and go for the second left. So this one, and run straight in the middle. Be careful of the traps. Well, it hit us, but no big deal. Now go the opposite room and the middle end button right here. Return. Now you want to hit all the buttons again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Equip a torch. So normally there are 2 runes in this room, but for some reason in my world there were none. So this is what got me confused, right? But you want to enter this room and on the left side press a button. But it is this button. Normally you will have 2 runes spawning there, but no big deal. Okay, so here press this button, collect the drop, very nice, and return. This will open up this room, so to the left, and press these buttons, so this one and this one. Then return back, so this door will open, very nice. So once you are here, there can be some raptors spawning, so you can see one in the distance already. So just take out your shotgun. This is a tough one by the looks of it. Come on. Okay, now that you're here, you want to, so there's more buttons, right? You want to start on the right side. So start here, press 4 buttons, and then this door will open. So this is a trap room. You want to go for the drop, go fast, collect it, and leave. This door might close, but no need to worry. Okay, now to open this door, simply press a couple buttons. This will be sort of random, so as you can see, the door will open. Then simply run through, and there will be some spiders dropping from the ceiling, but you can just simply ignore them. Well, as long as you do not get wet. Let's use our focal chili again to make this a bit faster. Try not to get wet, come on. There we go. Okay, so this is very straightforward. There's just one way going through this. And then we need to use our scuba again. So for this, equip your scuba and flippers. This might also be a good time to refresh your armor if needed. Also, highly recommend that you equip a sword, because there can be spinels spawning in here. So what you want to do is go for this statue. So go for the statue, press E, and then return. Then go anti-clockwise to the next statue. So this one, press it, same thing, go to the left, and then press this button. So you can see how handy this focal chill is, right? It makes you much faster, which makes all the other parts just easier in general. So then this door will open, very straightforward. Go inside, and then you have this hole, right? So now you need to crouch, and you need to do a couple jumps, right? So let's do this in third person. Be sure that you're running. Oh wait, very important, my bad. Be sure to put on your scuba, your flag again. Otherwise you're going to go way too slow, right? So, be sure that you are sprinting, jump. Same thing here. So the most important thing here is that you take your time, otherwise you're going to have to, do this again, of course. So at this point, take another jump. Then jump here. There's no need to rush these parts, you rather do it a bit slower in one go than do it again, right? So same thing here, take a jump. Then at this point you want to go a little bit slower, so toggle sprint off, and then you have to walk over this beam. So you want to do this really slowly, so go as much to the left as possible, and take it really slowly you know, take your time and look to the left so you do not fall off. There we go. Now you want to go right again and walk up here. Then go for the light that you can see right now. Okay, then we have to go for the next light, so you can basically see a room that is all lit up with light. So now you want to sprint again. And there can be some creatures here. Usually there are some spiders here, but if they are, just shoot them from a safe distance and enter. Here we go, this is a spider. Okay, now is when things get interesting, right? What you want to do is throw out your pyromane on the floor if you have it, and then use this theme. So if you watch the beginning, you see that we have this bird, right? This allows us to completely skip this puzzle and make it much more easy, because if you have done this before, you know if you fail, if you make a tiny mistake, that is instant death. So this bird allows you to glide. So if you pick it up, this will look really funny. You can practice it here. Say first, if you jump, you see that we glide in the air. This is just from one jump, right? I did nothing else, and then you can move it around as you will. And you will see this in just a moment. Okay, with that out of the way, let's continue. So if you fall down here, it's pretty much game over. So I recommend that you use a bird like me, but you can consider doing on foot, right? So now you want to jump and take your time to go to this knob. So you can also reverse, it's pretty straightforward this, how the bird works, and wait for it to land. There's no need to rush this, you want to take this as slow as possible. Okay, now to reach the second button, simply jump, that's it. And a wall will open to the left. No need to worry, if you bounce to this wall, you will not drop, so you will just slowly lose altitude. There we go, so we just dropped, and now you want to press this button. Okay, so for this one, go back in first person, press this button and jump a little bit towards the left. And there you go, the door will open. We're going too fast even. There we go, very nice. Okay, now for this part, you want to jump a little bit towards the left of this pillar, if that makes sense. So jump a little bit towards the left, and you want to aim back now. So take your time to land, so you do not land in a too bad of a spot. So pedal backwards. So if you really want to, you can get this drop, but honestly, I do not want to risk it. I'd rather complete this puzzle. So now you want to walk a little bit until you are at this point. So take it slow. Okay, now you want to press this next button, so press it. And you want to jump a little bit towards the right of the statue. And go left. You will see the open door right over here, so you can make this if you do this quickly. Here we go. Very nice. So this is basically the jumping puzzle. So we are not done yet, but if you really can do me a massive favor, hit the like button, place a cheeky comment, even an emote is enough. This video took very long to make and I would really appreciate it. Moving on. So from here we need to go to the sacrifice room. Let's throw this bird. Well, you could use this bird for the sacrifice, huh? So let's keep it with us. Even though, well, hold on. So here we have the notorious Skylord artifact, which is basically the reason why you do the left side on Ragnarok. Located on the map right now. So, moving on. It always find it hilarious how this bird looks. So, we actually still got one there, so yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. So we're gonna use the other one right here, doesn't really matter. Okay, let's just whip this bad boy out now. So just whip in the sacrifice, so then the door will open. And basically this is exactly the same on the left side as on the right side. So if you have seen the other side before, earlier in the video, also For more Ragnarok guides, be sure to check out my playlist here.